listen, I think in this game, you're going to lean on Saquon Barkley. That's how I'm envisioning it. So for Jalen to have a monster game better than Jaden Daniels based on what we've been seeing, yeah, I would be shocked.
Okay, let's go to the other side. Would Kmart be shocked if the Bills shut down Travis Kelce?
I would say not shocked because Travis is coming off his best game last week, and if I'm the Bills, I'm looking to shut down Travis Kelce. Like, that's number one in my mind. So I would not be shocked by that. I want Patrick to, Jeff mentioned Hollywood Brown. I think that was Jeff, right? Earlier. I just think you got to get other guys involved or let other guys try to beat you besides Travis.
Kelce had 7 catches, 117 yards last week against Houston. Finally, would Kmart be shocked if Josh Allen finally beats Mahomes in the playoffs?
Hear ye, hear ye. I would not be shocked at all. Listen, after that Ravens-Bills game, I said whoever wins this game, I think ends up in the Super Bowl. I think this is the year Josh Allen gets the Bills to a Super Bowl.
All right, let's talk about it because there's nothing I love more than historical context and perspective and significance and all the rest of that. Is this, Dominique Foxworth, a legacy game for Josh Allen?
Obviously, yeah. I mean, I think it absolutely is a legacy game for Josh Allen because we are going to care about this matchup. Right now, it's not only a legacy game for Josh Allen, like it's a NFL history game.
Yeah.
We are currently living in the Mahomes era. Until someone changes that, we can turn it into a rivalry era. We can do a back and forth. We can make it a situation when all these great quarterbacks can win. But right now, it's Josh and them.
That's right.
I mean, excuse me, it's Patrick and them.
Yeah.
And Josh has a chance to step in and make it a different conversation. So even if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, I think this does matter for the way that we view him going forward.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I think sometimes we talk about these guys like their stories have been written. All of the great quarterbacks of this era are under 30.
Yeah.
They still have more than half their careers to go. So maybe, just maybe, we look back on this someday and say, Patrick Mahomes dominated the early part of it, and then it became the Josh Allen era or the Lamar Jackson era or the Joe Burrow era or maybe the Jaden Daniels era. We'll find out.
I think it's a legacy opportunity. Like, if he wins, it will be an important step in his legacy. If he loses, I don't think it hurts Josh Allen because of what you said. There is no quarterback in the NFL under the age of 35 who has a Super Bowl except Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
So think about that. Like, literally, it's his world. Also, it may even be a bigger legacy opportunity for Mahomes because nobody's been able to three-peat. So when you talk about the Mahomes and Tom Brady, which is who Mahomes is actually competing with, he's probably going to this on the opposite side, saying this is my opportunity to straight up make myself number one.
Yeah. So I lived this world with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, right? And so I was playing with Peyton, and they got us in the playoffs, the AFC Championship game. But I will say this: it's not a rivalry until you beat them. And the problem is, it didn't. Regular season, you could take it and wash it, means nothing. And the reality is also You could talk about how you think about Josh Allen right now, but if Josh Allen went through a whole career and didn't win a Super Bowl, or Lamar Jackson goes through a whole career and doesn't win a Super Bowl, you are going to talk about them differently.
Right.
They will not ever be in any of those conversations of the best of the best. They have got to do it, and unfortunately, that means they got to beat Mahomes. And so this is a massive legacy game for Josh Allen. And when you talk about, they've already beat him in the regular season again. They beat him this season. Now you got to go to their place and show them we have not only overtaken the Mahomes, Allen, but team-wise, we now are on the same plane. Because Super Bowls are the only way these guys are getting judged. Hall of Fame stuff, all that kind of stuff, all their numbers are going to be sick because we throw the ball all around. Everybody's going to be, oh, this guy was special. It don't matter. The reason Mahomes isn't talked about as the greatest ever is because Tom Brady's got so many freaking Super Bowls. You got to catch him. You three-peat, now maybe you're in that conversation because it's something that nobody else has ever gotten. It matters. But it has to start at some point. Now is the time it starts.
Okay, but you mentioned Peyton Manning 3-2 against Brady, right?
He's 3-2 in the AFC Championship game, right?
Right.
Playoff games, yes.
Right.
Playoff.
Josh beats Patrick this weekend, but loses in the Super Bowl. I just feel like you talk about this as a legacy game, but you need more defeats of Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
It would be a miss.
For it to sort of change.
To your point, it would be a missed opportunity because it's so rare to get to the big game.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't think it would hurt his legacy is because I'm assuming multiple things. Number one, He's under 30. He's going to have another opportunity. I don't expect Josh Allen to not be a guy. No. Because when you look at the body of work, and it's the same thing with Lamar, when you look at the body of work, these are guys that are continuing to get better.
Right.
Josh Allen was lights out this year because of how smart he was with the football, and he understood, okay, I don't need to be pressing all the time. That's going to be significant going forward because they're starting to figure out this formula.
So you think Patrick Mahomes don't get worse? Because he's going to get better.
Of course not, but that's the whole point.
It's competition, right? And he's got a huge head start. This guy has absolutely balled in the biggest moments, by the way. So when you talk about what he's already done, it's like me in the 40 with Fox. You give me a 35-yard start, I'm probably going to win that 40-yard dash.
36.
But right, yeah, maybe 36. Give me as much as I can get. But it's a difference because he's already ahead.
So look, I mean, let's be very specific. Patrick Mahomes is playing to become the Michael Jordan of this era. When did Michael Jordan become Michael Jordan? When he three-peated. That was something that Larry hadn't done and Magic hadn't done and no one had done going back to the Celtics of the 60s. That's when Michael Jordan became Jordan because he had no rival. You just said it. It's not a rivalry, it's a relationship.
That's right.
Until both sides have won. So right now, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes have a relationship.
Yes.
Until he beats him,
that's right.
It is not a rivalry. And to your point, I agree. He has to not just beat him, but he's got to win a championship for us to start putting him in that conversation.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think you're right. For us to put him in the conversation, which is why I made the historical comp, is because it's not just about putting him in the conversation. Stopping Patrick Mahomes from winning another Super Bowl is another thing that would be significant. Creating or ending this era, ending the opportunity to get a three-peat without winning the Super Bowl means something. Not nearly as much as winning a Super Bowl, but it does mean that maybe we're not in the Patrick Mahomes era. Maybe we're in a more level playing field.
It would be something, just to conclude the analogy, it would be something Patrick Ewing was never able to do. Charles Barkley was never able to do it. Karl Malone was never able to do it. The other great players of that era were never able to beat Michael and thus create a legitimate rival. Can Josh do it Sunday?
Các bạn hãy đến với kênh YouTube của mình. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình. Chuẩn bị tô màu.